Today we are going to learn how to dress like one of the biggest international sex icons from the 1960s. Until recently, it was only movie buffs and vintage enthusiasts who knew who Alain Delon was outside of his native France. But this year, with the popularity of the old money aesthetic, the Riviera lifestyle, and quiet luxury, the striking good looks of Alain Delon have been cropping up on more and more TikTok feeds. If you've seen photos, videos, or movies of Alain Delon, you've probably envied his style. So in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to dress like Alain Delon and make his style work for you. In this video, I'll be focusing on the movie Plan Soleil and the style he wore during the 1960s, which I believe was his most stylish era. If you haven't seen the film and you don't mind subtitles, then I highly recommend it. But let's get right into a style breakdown of Alain Delon. So Alain Delon achieved the peak of his fame in the 1960s when most celebrities and artists were being wildly experimental with their clothing. Instead, he stuck to a fairly simple wardrobe of classic menswear with simple, slim-cut tailoring and muted shirts. Alain spent a lot of time on the French Riviera, and this climate certainly had an influence on his clothes. But most importantly, Delon rejected the Americanization of culture that was happening at that time and refused to follow trends. One of Delon's most striking features were his piercing blue eyes, and he frequently played this up by wearing blue shirts. In the movie Plan Soleil, he wears a loose-fitting blue linen shirt. He rolls the sleeves up to show off his watch and tucks the shirt into a pair of slim grey pants which shows off his athletic figure. Delon also liked navy, which he wore both with his dress shirts, also unbuttoned at the beach, and with his polo shirts. And of course, he often wore a white dress shirt, which is a great choice for any man. He wore dress shirts both more casually with the sleeves rolled up and the buttons undone, and more formally with a tie and cufflinks. Delon looked fantastic in a suit, and he often went for a slim two-piece in a classic colour like grey or navy. He often paired these suits with a skinny necktie, generally in muted plain colours. What's interesting about Delon's sartorial choices is that they often went against the grain of what other people were doing at the time. In the 1960s, many celebrities and artists were being wildly experimental with the cut of their clothes, with the colours, with more feminine features, but Delon stuck to the classics. I think he knew that being more understated and timeless was actually more attractive to women than following fads and being a bright coloured peacock. Check out this hilarious photo of him talking to Marianne Faithfull, who is much more interested in Delon's sleek grey suit than Mick Jagger's ridiculous purple trousers and Technicolor shirt. Alain was also partial to a summer suit when weather appropriate, and he wasn't afraid to wear the jacket as a separate with a pair of grey wool pants. He certainly knew how to make the most out of a suit, whether wearing the separates more casually or the whole thing as a formal piece. Although Delon would turn to denim later in life, during his most stylish era in the 1960s, he generally stuck to chinos or wool dress pants. When it came to chinos, he preferred lighter colours, which suited the nautical life of the French Riviera. The fit was generally on the slim side, which worked well for him given his athletic, muscular physique. Now, at a time when many men were covering themselves with beads and bangles, Delon was extremely restrained with his accessories. His only regular accessory was a wristwatch, and he wore quite a variety of classic wristwatch styles over the years. But during Plan Soleil, he does wear quite a statement medallion necklace with his shirt unbuttoned while he's relaxing. So this is something that perhaps you might consider wearing on vacation. I've also seen him wearing a boutonniere on his suit jacket. This is quite uncommon these days, and I think it would be a very clever way to stand out next time you are suited and booted. Overall, he wore minimal jewelry, liked plain ties and pocket squares, and he rarely wore an extra accessory like a hat or a scarf. The Alain Delon style is overall very simple and therefore easy to recreate yourself. First, you need a few shirts, and especially a light blue linen shirt if you don't already own one. Here's the one I'm wearing today from Brooks Brothers. It's currently $89. It's made from 100% Irish linen. What I like about this one is that it has a button-down collar, which right now I'm actually wearing loose and unbuttoned, but you could also button this up and it would go quite nicely with a knitted tie if you want to wear it with a summer suit. But wearing the collar unbuttoned with the sleeves rolled up is quite nonchalant and relaxed looking, so goes well with the Alain Delon attitude in my opinion. Next, you can grab either a light grey suit or just the trousers. These tropical weight wool ones from Suit Supply will be cool and light enough to wear during the summer. But if you do have the budget for a suit, then I would grab the jacket too, and don't be afraid to break it down into separates, just like Delon did himself. Finally, when it comes to the shoes, a pair of loafers is essential to recreate that Riviera nonchalance. Now I'm going to go with a pair of blue loafers with white soles here, just to vary it up a little bit from different shoes that I've been recommending recently. Now I presume that these won't be shoes that you wear too often, so in this case I'm actually going to go with a very affordable option. I think these ones from Zara will be just fine as long as you don't wear them too much and have the opportunity to wear them down too quickly. And finally, I would finish the look off with a simple but classic and subtle wristwatch, just like this one from Citizen, which is very similar to the one that Delon wore during Plan Soleil. Now, out of all of the style icons I've looked at in my series so far, Delon is by far my personal favorite. Because I have a similar hair color and eye color to him, he serves as a good role model for me who I can easily imitate. What's more, his outfits are incredibly simple and timeless and rely on staple pieces, which is a philosophy that aligns with my own. I think what we can learn from Delon is that sticking to timeless, classic style always pays off in the long run compared to following trends and fashions that look ridiculous in hindsight. Let me know in the comments what you think of Alain Delon's style, and let me know if there's anything from this video that you'll be introducing into your own looks.